Let's fight! Let's fight, folks. Welcome in the ring. Good to have each and every one of you with us. Good to have you guys in the ring. Good to have you guys in the Coliseum, guys. Good to have you in the arena and stadium. Welcome in the ring. We were trying to catch up there, waiting on our brother Randolph Critchlow to finish. The Rush Biz was having our fill of it as well, guys. Good to see you nonetheless. Good to see each and every one of you, wherever you guys are joining us from this evening. Ting there. Y'all in the right place. Y'all in the right place. Ting there, people. In the ring school calling. Y'all get y'all notebooks and so on. Lots of notes to take tonight. Lots of notes. We are in charge of dictation, not comprehension. Good to have you guys. Elizabeth Narayan, good to see you there in Sparkle City. Garcia Husbands, good to see you. Stacy Mattis, you all don't know. Every time you all lose, we giving you all back. We giving you all back and with extras. We giving you guys back with extras. Folks, we in some people's head and they're paying us rent. They're paying us rent and we come out here looking real nice because money government. We in some people's head and they're paying we rent. And we're going to explain that to you guys a little later on. Good to have you, Anthony Higgins, Arjun, Volney Wilson, Erwin Don Cook, Linda Jacobs, Onessa Wardine, Tasha Saylor. Good to see you, Joylyn Cook, Stacey Ann Stoll, Yolette Benjamin, and Claire Capel, Shaboni Semple. Good to have you, Archer McCalman. All of you beautiful, fantastic people. Share the live stream. Smash that emoji button, guys. We are ready to get to it. Pace and power, fired up. And ready to go. Fired up, guys. And ready to good to see each and every one of you. Where you there, Stacey Braffett? Where you there, Kanoa Mingo? Where you Deborah Leach? Good to see you. And Ingrid King, Michelle McKay, Penelope Howard, all you nice people. Cicely Wicks, we see you there. Don't sneak past. See you on Rodney, we see you as well. Good to have you folks. Trust you've had a great day. You all know by now you come in the ring. We ain't coming off the mark. Nothing less than 400 shares. We all think y'all there. What about the programs? Come on, folks. We don't come off the mark. Hey, we there. But we ain't coming off the mark with nothing less than 400 shares. So, folks, make it happen. Make it right. Little Kenrick, make it right. And Sheena Hazel. Carlotta Reynolds, make it right. Wills, Felix Kimon, make it right, folks. Make it right. Chanel Mitchell, Joylyn Richards, Paul. You know, the faster we do it is the faster we get. The faster we're going to get to the fight card, folks. I got to wake some of you because you're sleeping. Share the live stream. Smash the emoji button. Share and smash. The two things go together like bread and butter. Yep, like a stamp on a letter. They go good together. Share and like. Smash the emoji button. We want to see how you guys are feeling out there. We ain't coming off the mark for nothing less than 400 shares. Thousands of you already watching. What you all doing? You all just turn on the TV, put on the ring, and y'all go in the kitchen and listening to it. Come on, folks. Engage those hands for us. Engage those hands. Engage those hands. Guys, are you seeing that? Engage those hands. Good to see you guys wherever you're joining us from. Good to see you, folks. Welcome in the ring. Smash the emoji button. Share the live stream wherever you guys are joining us from. Share the live stream. We know we're getting some trouble, I think, with Facebook, but we're going to get that solved in just a second, folks. The guys are going to keep trying to push through that for us. That being said, good to see each and every one of you. If it ain't one thing, it's another. We got a fight card set for you guys, and we think you're going to like some of the bouts that we have coming up, guys. Good to see you. Good to see you, Little Preck, and I see Beatrice Selby's here, and Wesley Ward, and just Facebook user Isabel Butters. Good to see you as well. We're getting some trouble with Facebook. Hope the guys are going to take a look at that and make sure that we get through quite okay. Make sure we get through okay. Make sure we're there. We're there. Good to see each and every one of you. We ain't want no problems. We ain't want no problems at all. And those are persons who might not be seeing us on Facebook, you might want to put a message up on the page. They can join us on YouTube. Good to see you folks. Good to see each and every. Facebook doing their own story. Mark them just know to spoil a good thing. Zuckerbergers, am I talking about? They just know how to spoil a good thing. Folks, we out here again. We out here again. We think we guys out here. We in the ring again. We in the ring. Good to have you guys. Good to have you guys. Now I'm just seeing Facebook users. I can't see any of the names. Just Facebook user, Facebook user, Facebook user. The guys are going to sort it out for us. But good night to each and every one of you. If you guys are seeing us, we are so happy. If you're hearing us, we are so happy. If you're receiving us on Facebook, let us know. Guys, we there. All I'm saying for all the names is Facebook user. Mark, you all know how to spoil a good thing. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. You all know how to spoil a good thing. Folks, smash the emoji button. Share the live stream. Good to have each and every one of you with us. Yep, Stephen Monroe, Sheila Boy Child, we see you out there. Yep. Isabella Butters, good to see you as well. Good to see each and every one of you folks. We are so tremendously happy that you guys are in the ring with us again. Let me just give myself some space here off of this graphic. But good to have you guys nonetheless. We in the ring. Tell the people we're in the ring. Smash the emoji button. Share the live stream. Good to have all of you here. Joan Stephanie, spotted. I see Joan there. Yep, Joan Stephanie. Respect and manners. Spotted. Elizabeth Noran all the way in Sparkle City. Spotted. Good to see you. Leslie and Auntie Leslie Thorm. Good to see each and every one of you. Fantastic work. The guys are going to let us know if we're good with Facebook and if we can proceed. That being said, folks, we are fired up at this end and we're ready to go. But they're asking us just to hold to make sure our Facebook friends are with us. Make sure the Facebook community are with us. We are happy that we are so happy that the Twitter community is with us. We are supremely happy that the Twitter community is with us and the YouTube community is with us. And the guys are asking where is the share button. You gotta look for tonight. I don't know what's happening out there, guys, but I'm so happy that you are here with us and we are here with you. Good to have all of you folks. We're bringing out all of them spirits and jumbies. Folks, we are fired up and ready to go. I think the bell getting hot now. Fired up and ready to go. Guys, are we a go? Are we good? The guys are saying we're on Facebook. We are good to go. Guys, if you lost us there for a second, no fault of our own. Mark Zuckerberg doing a set of nonsense tonight. A set of nonsense. Mark, if you live stream and getting people out, just ask us. We can send a couple of people your way. You don't have to try to shut me down. Stop it, Mark. Stop it, Mark. Stop it. Good night to each and every. We still here, but Facebook went down for some reason. The guys got it up. We are here, guys. Fired up and ready to go. Abby Brown, Marcel Williams, and each and every one of you. Welcome in the ring. Yep. We are ready to go. Giving ourselves some space here so when the fight starts, we are good way off. But good to see you guys here. We are fired up and ready to go, folks. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Waiting for some of the other guys to join us. Waiting for Isabella Butters to get to where she needs to go. Waiting to Alex. And Facebook again is telling us they're having some trouble. Oh my. Guys, just leave it and let's see what happens. Yep. The guys are telling us we're having some trouble with Facebook and we can't keep our folks waiting. The other folks who are joining us may want to come into YouTube. The other folks who are joining, it's such an evening happening at the back this week. Such an evening tonight, guys. Bear with us. The guys are going to have us going. But good to see each and every one of you here with us, guys. And we're going to go. We got to go when we got to go. That's what we're saying. But good to see Amrin Dean there. Says he can't get us on Facebook. As Stephen and Alex and all the other folks. I said they can't get us on Facebook. We might want to share the YouTube, the YouTube, the link to Facebook as well, guys. Let's see if maybe that helps us. We can perhaps share the YouTube link as well to Facebook. But good to have you here, guys. And we are about to go. And so happy that each of you are here with us to go with us. Welcome in the ring, guys. And look what's happening right off of the fight card. We tell you guys, some folks ain't listening to us. They are not hearing. Folks, whatever discomforts you have tonight, believe it's not our fault. Facebook doing their own thing. We are here, fired up and ready to go. We are here, guys, fired up and ready to go, ready to get to work, right? And look what's happening here in this front, guys. Look what's happening here on this front. Them folks ain't hearing we. They ain't hearing. So we had a big smash up this morning. 2 dead, right? In this early morning smash up in quarantine babies. 2 dead. The guys aren't hearing us. We telling you all the time, slow down out there. Slow down out there. But who's listening to us? Who's hearing? Who cares? Who cares? Mark care? Mark Zuckerberg care? Messing up this whole thing called Facebook. He's crashing it up like the folks crashed this car this morning. He's bending it up. Stop it, Mark Zuckerberg. And you folks who are using the roads recklessly, stop it as well. That's what we're saying. Stop it. Stop it. We got to stop this madness. All we talking, people in hearing, because you know what? Some people saying it can't happen to us. It can't happen to me. I's a good driver. I's a bad man on the road. Bad man end up in the grave 6 feet deep. 6 feet deep. That's how we get a barrel 6 feet deep. That being said, folks, let us continue. Please and thank you. Let us continue to use the road with caution. Let us arrive alive. I want to see some of you. Right? I want to see some of you, Dennis London Welchman and Cassandra Keeler. Folks, if we're getting some trouble on Facebook, you can join us on YouTube. YouTube, always there. They don't titivate as much. If you guys are not finding us on Facebook, look for us on YouTube. Share it every Duncan page on YouTube and join us from the site. Once Facebook go down, you join us from YouTube. Once Facebook go down, you join us from YouTube. Just look for us there. Once you get in trouble with Facebook, we ain't gonna mark at the sort yourself out. Right? We want to produce a fantastic program, a quality program, but mark the whole thing making me looking bad. And we're not having it. So those of you folks, you get in any trouble with YouTube, with Facebook, join us on YouTube. We're there live and direct, broadcasting from YouTube as well. You guys can join us on Twitter too. You having any problems? Share Duncan on Twitter. We live and direct there. We're on LinkedIn as well. But guys, YouTube, that's the common one. Everybody knows YouTube. Search for me on YouTube. Share it everything. Share Duncan on YouTube. You can watch us there, folks. You can watch us there if you're having any trouble. So we write out the blocks and we're talking about being careful on the road. We are talking about being careful on the road. And please, folks, do that. Do that because we don't want your situation to become this. And again, for those persons who are now joining us, this was a horrific accident on the quarantine just this morning. In the wee hours of the morning, as Frank Sinatra would say, and Crone, in the wee small hours of the morning. This is what you had happening. Folks, let's be cautious out there. We beg of you. We beg of you. Right? And it's only because we love you, we're telling you guys this. We beg of you. Be cautious out there. That being said, folks, moving on the fight card. Stay alive. Moving on in the fight card. Them boys in here, you know. Them boys ain't giving up. And one of them has paid a hefty price in jail time. A hefty price. 4 years in jail for this all-boys tongue man who was busted with a suitcase of poppy weed at Ogle Airport. Oh, he wasn't even making any effort to really hide it. A whole suitcase full with weed. He wasn't even making an effort. Now, where do you hide all this weed in a suitcase? Is that madness? Is that madness? Where you hiding all this weed in a suitcase? He's an exporter. Somehow he thinks he could export weed officially. No, the bill hasn't been struck down. Right? The bill is still alive and well on the law books. But he was taking all of this weed overseas. The man is mad. So he's going to go now in the jail and he's going to contemplate on his actions. 4 years to do that. And hopefully he comes to his senses and points his life in the right direction. So we're hoping for that, folks. We're hoping for that. And we always say, you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That's all. It's simple to us. You can't do the crime, you can't do the time. Don't do the crime. Simple and straightforward. Folks, moving on the fight card. I think them boys flipped the fight card, you know. That's why them boys harassing us so this evening. That is why Facebook giving me so much trouble. Right? It's the heavyweights we got on Facebook. Pulling down Facebook, it's the heavyweights we got there is y'all. Right? Ruth, you know yourself. Chanel, you know yourself. It's y'all. The folks. Folks, but this is what is happening as an update. We've told you guys about this story, interviewed members of the missing fishermen family, interviewed some of them, and we are told by a bishop, I almost said bishop, that a report is going to be out shortly. A report is going to be out shortly, folks, chronicling what the ministry believe happened in this situation, details of the probe into the missing fishermen to be released soon. Bishop has told us that, and we are waiting to see, because I don't know since when he became an investigator interviewing the lone survivor. I don't know. The man he was interviewed by MARAD, interviewed, that's the Maritime Authority, interviewed by CID, interviewed by the police station in Agricola there in the first instance, and the minister still felt there was something he could squeeze out the fella. He still felt there was something he squeezed out the fella, but he said that the probe, the investigation, is going to be the outcome of that is going to be released shortly, and so we're waiting to see what happens. Folks, from here on out, I think it's sheer jagabats and trench crappos. Just as I thought, sheer jagabats, you feel it, you know. You see, when your spirit clean, you pick up things. When your spirit clean, you pick up things, folks. I knew we were heading here to the jagabats and the trench crappos. This is a whole segment. It's a long segment with them this evening. They do plenty work today. Plenty mischief. We got it all covered for you, folks. Share the live stream wherever you're joining us from. Smash that emoji button. Facebook don't want us to be great tonight, but we ain't having it. We are not having it. Mark, put in your pipe and smoke it, or wherever you put your things that you smoke. Put it there and smoke it, Mark Zuckerberg. We ain't having it. We can be great regardless. Irregardless, we can be great. So, folks, these are some things the jagabats and the trench crappos dealing with. You think them boys easy? They come back. Yes, from overseas and back into government. This installed regime, they come back. First up, jagabat and trench crapo news. Folks, some damning revelations today on Facebook by a young woman. What's her name? Her name is Shanaz Hussein, and she is telling us, she is making some damning allegations. She's telling the nation about some senior cabinet minister involved in some nefarious things. Some damning allegations were leveled against what she called a senior minister of the installed PPP regime. You see what happened when they install people? Let me ring my own bell for that. Look at some of the things she says. Right? She said, what kind of minister y'all got there? Huh? What kind of minister y'all got there? Senior cabinet, right? Using his platform to hunt and prey on young females. Pim, according to Shanaz Hussein. She says he looks to see who likes and comments on his post, and then he uses that as an opportunity to inbox them. And then number 3, she says, he immediately asks for your WhatsApp and wants to meet you in person. He doing himself. And then he sends pics of himself in bed. He's a bedist, apparently. And then 5thly, he tells you he needs you in his bed at night and what he would do to you if he had you. The man gone up. I thought y'all got plenty work y'all doing these ministries. Y'all got all this time on y'all hands. All right, she goes on to say, 6thly, he sends nude pictures of his naked, circumcised parts and what he... naked circumcised parts when he's in bed at night. All of this. Shanaz, if you got the evidence, release it. Release the evidence. 7th, she says that he wants to video call you so that he can show you his, there's private parts of his being. My lords, a lot of things. Damning allegations here being made, and this is according to her Facebook post. And she said she got other things she releasing. Well, I there when the video is coming out. I can there when popcorn and coke, folks. I wanted there when the video is coming out. There's a long time we know the popcorn and coke sesh. This is sesh. But damning allegations here. Damning allegations. Who is this person? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And she goes on to say that she has made an appeal. She has tried to get the attention of several senior functionaries in the government, but they responded. They have not responded. I think I lie. Look at, I'm not, this is what the young lady said on social media. It is right out there for all to see. Look at what she said, right? Look at what she said. She said, this is Anita Budram Mahad. What's the fancy name? Mandar. Anita Budram Mandar. She says, I'm waiting to see how they would try to cover up this one. Well, Anita's too weak, y'all. It's too weak. I must commend this young lady for having the courage to come out and to speak. Stay safe. This is Anita. Anita supporting Shanaz. And then Shanaz responds. She said, Anita, I am prepared for the attack. She understands what these people entail. She understands that. She said, this matter has traumatized me. And I reached out to women I follow online in the government, like Priya Malik-Chan, Vindhya Vashni Prasad. She said, Arya Ali, and no response to date. The assault on women has to be stopped, no matter who it is. I'm very interested to know who this person is. Very, very interested to know. Again, damning allegations just today, folks. Just today on social media by one Miss Shanaz Hussain. And we're looking to see where this goes. We're looking to see where this goes, folks. As she said, she got another post pending. And so we are going to watch and we're going to wait to see how far this reaches and what is exposed. Yep, we're going to see how much is exposed in this one here, folks. We like y'all. We got we popcorn and we cooks. Y'all know we always got we things standing by. We as a people that got with things and with things always standing by. We always. I'm seeing a lot of signs at the back, folks. We encourage you guys to share the live stream. Smash the emoji button, you know. Facebook don't want us to be great. But we're not gonna have it. Right? Zuckerberg's trying to be a saboteur tonight. He is trying to be a saboteur tonight, but we ain't having it. We ain't having it. We gonna have we popcorn and we cooks. We sit back and we watching this one. Chugging down we cooks, eating we popcorn. We want to see the revelations. We want to see the revelation. Damning. That was on Facebook, folks. That being said, all things considered, folks. Moving on to the fight card. Yep. Has the support there. Moving on to the fight card. What else we have? Oh my Lord, GCOM. Why are we surprised? GCOM is back in the news. Them boys said now they are no longer requiring persons to present their COVID vaccination card before you can be registered, before you can enter their buildings and so on. I guess this is in keeping with what's happening nationally. Just the other day, they had set an age limit. I think they had gone up to about 16 to 19 for no vaccination cards needed. And now they are suspending the prohibition completely. If you don't have if you don't have a vaccination card, you cannot get into the compound of any GCOM location to get registered. They have suspended that. And so, card or no card, you can go and get registered, people. And we are encouraging you guys to go out there and to get registered. Get registered, folks. It is a right that each and every one of you have. And we want you guys to please exercise your rights. Exercise your rights, folks. It's a right that you all got. Exercise it, right? And don't let anybody tell you different. It's a right you have to be registered, to get your ID card, etc. So do that for us. Go out there, utilize this period to have your ID cards and so forth and such, and get registered so you can vote. Folks, it is very, very important. You get out there, get registered to vote, to have an ID card, and all the other things that go with that, right? Being able to have a piece of ID, a piece of document that allows you to do so many other things. Go and do that. If you are registered also in 2019, you have to go over all of that. You have to go right over because they have not included you on the official list. So if you registered in 2019, get out there and get that done again, folks. Moving on the fight card. Well, look, freed. Marcus Bisram has been freed, exonerated by the Caribbean Court of Justice just today, folks. Just today. And however you feel about Marcus Bisram, some of the other things that came out of this case, some of the other aspects of it that came out of this case, very, very monumental in terms of some of the powers of the DPP. The Caribbean Court of Justice didn't take kindly to the DPP being able to to instruct a court. The Caribbean Court of Justice says only the Court of Appeal or the Caribbean Court of itself can instruct a lower court. But they find it fascinating, found it fascinating that the DPP could instruct a magistrate's court. And folks, that is what I want to share with you tonight. That is some of what I want to share with you. Whether you think Marcus Bisram is innocent or guilty, that is not for us to discern, folks. The Caribbean Court of Justice thinks that they didn't find sufficient evidence and on the merits of the case. Let me put it in that way. On the merits of the case that was before the Caribbean Court of Justice, right? The case that was taken before them to have him committed once again on the merit of that case. Folks, the Caribbean Court of Justice says, no way, this cannot be allowed. And let me just quote a section of what was reported. I think this is from iNews. Respect and manners to the folks there at iNews who put this together for us. In a part of that report, the CCJ said that what was actually done in this case, to recommit Marcus Bisram to stand trial was unconstitutional. And this is how the court put it in this report that we have, that the power of the DPP to direct a committal was the focal point of the arguments presented to the CCJ. And this is via the Mr. Bisram's lawyer, Darshan Ramdhani, Queen's Counsel. He urged the court to strike it down as being unconstitutional based on all the relevant legislation. I'm going to spare you guys that. And then the DPP came back and said that she was acting within the law. Of course, I didn't expect the DPP to come and say she's acting illegally. But the CCJ wasn't having it. The PPP, the CCJ was not having it. Right? The CCJ was not having it. Here is what the Court of Appeal basically said. It says while noting that the evidence against Bisram, let me go to the German part. It says the CCJ president, Adrian Saunders, expressed that he found it very incongruous. Incongruous, I tell you, we got to lift your vocabulary. We got to lift your vocabulary. Find some store, buy a dictionary, improve your vocabulary for 2022. Pace and power. A good bookstore for me is Austin's bookstore. A good bookstore, Austin's, right there, Church Street. The president of the CCJ, Justice Adrian Saunders, says he found it incongruous that some other authority other than the appellate court is vested with the power to direct the court. This is the DPP he's talking about, not the person, the DPP. We're talking about the office of the DPP. Could instruct a court. He asked the DPP, if in this day and age, does it sit comfortably with you that an authority, even if that authority is not considered to be part of the executive, but an authority which is not a court of appeal, is not part of the core judiciary, can actually direct a court as to how it must depose of a matter before that court? Does that strike you as being incongruous? That is what Justice Adrian Saunders asked. Right? He went on to say whether the DPP is or is not a member of the executive. To me, it does not detract from the fact that a court ought not to be directed by some other authority other than a court of appeal. Only a court of appeal can direct a court, a lower court. It is very incongruous. This is Adrian Saunders, Justice Adrian Saunders. If someone is vested with the power to direct a court, that's what he said there. Again, folks, they felt that the DPP could not instruct a court, and not being a court of appeal, to recommit Marcus Bisram to trial. So it was not on the prima facie, if that is the school you went to, on the merits of the case, whether he did X or whether he did Y. That is not what was before the Court of Appeal. Right? But whether the way in which they wanted to recommit him to trial again was the right thing, and the Caribbean Court of Justice wasn't having it. So to this evening, Marcus Bisram is a free man. But the CCJ did say that if there is new evidence produced, then albeit it is in the powers of the court and the DPP and everybody else to recommit Mr. Bishram. If there's new evidence, that being said, folks, Marcus Bishram is a free man tonight. Moving on in fight cards. Well, the taxi drivers are quarantine. Them boys at it again. Them boys said things tight. That's what them boys say. Things tight. And them boys, they want to raise the taxi fare because they say everything going up. Everything going up. You know, some people going to want to say we criticizing this body. They're going to want to say we criticizing that body. Right? They might even call the taxi drivers themselves critics. But the facts is the facts. Things are going up. Don't take our word for it here, folks. Listen to the taxi drivers, folks, in their own words. In their own words.
Facing a serious problem with spare parts. We used to buy a pay steering for 5,000, we got to 10,500. And that happened just recently. Knuckle, we just buy for 10,000, that got 25,000 per pair. It's very expensive right now, and we can't cope with that. And then the gasoline gone too far, 6 per litre now.
And the gas is going up every day. Every time you go to the gas station, you see a different price on the pump. Even to the island filter for the maintenance of the car is going up right now. Even to the tires going up right now. Even to the parts is going up right now. And as a hire car driver, we have family to feed. And this is what we depend on.
And we need these people who are in charge of tourism, who supposed to support us. We cannot afford to eat, much less for the prices of the gasoline and fuel oil.
Yep. You hear from the guys themselves. They said things tight. They can't even afford to eat, much less the fuel oil. That is the taxi drivers there on the quarantine. They said things getting rough and tough, and they want to increase the fare. Let's see how that goes, guys. We're going to have more information to you on that front. Share the live stream. Smash that emoji button. Gotta do what we gotta do. We're going to keep you bringing you details on that. But moving on the fight card. Moving on the fight card, guys. Oh, Father. So that was just there on the quarantine. The taxi drivers protesting. There's a lot of stuff on the PPP hands, you know. There's a lot of stuff on their hands. And then you got Zulfikar Mustafa. You all remember Blaymon just recently? Those sugarcane workers were saying they want the back pay or else they can strike. Well, Zulfikar wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. And the man every night watches us. Right? And we came in for high praises from Zulfikar. He said, that show in the ring. That show in the ring. Folks, don't take me watch for it. Listen to Zulfikar. He came out fighting against the sugar workers. Listen to Zulfikar in his own words.
But they would like to see protest and disruption in the industry. They would like to see that the people commit wrong things and then police lock them up and say that the people I vote for the PPP government and I lock you up. That they would like to see. That's the kind of psychology they want. Whereas the Apple actually did nothing for this industry. When I was in Parliament during the budget debate, Ramjapan was texting me saying that we give out all the flood relief money in Blackbush Coal and they are for quarantine. And to let them men that talk about the rights industry, when they look at this guy, Sharon Duncan, I tell you, they can do everything for this country now. Everything for this country.
He's absolutely right. We can do everything for the country if y'all would only step down and allow us, because we were on a growth trajectory. We can do everything for the country, indeed, because we were reminded that folks, it was under the previous administration, the new AFC administration, that paddy production was at what? Two of its highest points in 2015, right? That was after we saw the back of those guys. In 2015, the highest. And then in 2019, the highest. Right? The 2019 was the second highest over that 5-year period. So we know what we're doing. So when he says that them boys in the ring Right? Nobody doing. He's right. He is right, folks. He is absolutely right. 2015. Soon as them guys gone, the blessings, the police started growing. We had a fantastic production. And then in 2019, so him saying that, what? We didn't do right by the industry? So how come we had the second highest production over 5-year period, both occurring within the new AFC government period? How is that? Right? So while he got that wrong, he got the other part right. That we know what we're doing here, folks. We know what we're doing. So respect and manners. Respect and manners. Good night, sir. I know you're watching us. They watch, all of them watch this program to know what's happening in the country. Each and every one of them. Listen to the man again.
But they would like to see protests and disruption in the industry. They would like to see that the people commit wrong things and then police lock them up and say that the people I vote for the PPP government and I lock you up. That they would like to see. That's the kind of psychology they want. Whereas the Apple AFC did nothing for this industry. When I was in Parliament during the budget debate, Ramjapan was texting me saying that we give out all the flood relief money in that bush hole and they are quarantine. And to let them men that talk about the rice industry, when they look at this guy, Sharon Duncan, I tell you, they can do everything for this country now. Everything for this country.
We agree. We agree. Mr. Minister, finally, we agree on something. We could do everything for the country. Everything. If only you have a step down. But we can take you all out. Hold on. Through the ballot. We go for the X. So we can take you all out. Hold on. So that was happening, folks. The minister came out firing against the sugar workers. How dare y'all? You have an extra? And you have one strike? How dare y'all express those democratic values? How dare y'all? And the ring knows everything. We agree, folks. We agree thoroughly. And while that was happening on that front, folks, while that was happening on that front, look what was happening elsewhere. In Essequibo, Quibo, depends on the school you went to. We know it's up the side. In that part of the country, folks, protests. Rice farmers there, just looking and see what's happening in Region 6. And they want to give rice farmers in Essequibo $50,000 for ton of rice, for ton of paddy. Not so. For a ton of paddy, 50,000, them boys ain't having it. Them boys want what is happening in Berbice, where they're getting $65,000. Right? And even them in Berbice want the full 70. So Essequibo came out to protest. Essequibo people came out to protest. And you all know this government got some wicked, stinking, dirty people. You remember Shanaz Hussein was just talking about a senior cabinet minister? They're wicked, stinking, dirty. Well, another one of them, he apparently was in Cameroon and he stepped in. Minister Dello, I ain't calling all these protesters. The guys weren't having it with him. The protesters in Essequibo, they weren't having it with him. So you got the nasty one that Shanaz Hussein talking about. That jagabat, that trench crapo. Before you doing the government work, you hustling women on Facebook and exposing yourself. Wicked, stink, and dirty. That's what he is. Nigga says this next one here. Nigel Darmlan, somebody tell he. You must go to Essequibo, right? And you must convince them boys, them rice farmers, that 50,000 is good for them. 50,000 is good for them. You must go. Well, them boys didn't have it. Who's sharing the live stream? Who's button? Folks, wait for it. Hold on. Wait for it. Right? This is a cable for you. Them boys in easy there. They go from 0 to 60 very fast. Take a listen. Take a look.
And then when you have a $400 back to body, Them bringing the fourth class in low cost since the crop before and it's selling double now.
And you have it to me when we, sorry, when we go by for
Bring your Mawa deal with race. They bring the local government, Mawa respond to local government. That is a trick. If you know Durham Lal, you can know my life. Every time to Durham Lal, you're wasting time. Let them bring the agriculture man.
You can't get up right.
Let them bring the agriculture man. You can't get the show man. Durham Lal is a dildo man. He has nothing to do with race. Bring the agriculture man. You know about Durham Lal? Then you know about life. Only like Durham Lal. Because it's the same thing. Tell the people in America tell you to apologize to the woman. You still not do that. There was a man who was starting to. The cost of production in Sikkim or any part of the right.
Yep. Jesse Gibbons know the full story. He tell no man. Bring Zulfikar. We want the agriculture man. We want the Dello man. Respect and manners. Them boys know the files. Them boys got damn lot files. They got the files, folks. We want the Deldo man, quote unquote, who sharing the live stream for us, who is smashing the emoji button so that we get valid and credible information. We got thing, folks. Thing there. Take me word for it. Thing there. We want Deldo man. We want Deldo minister. Folks, people in this country, people in this country not easy. They say they want Deldo man. No. We having it. Oh, moving on the fight card. Moving on. They want to see it, y'all. What a shame. What a thing. A sitting minister. Rejected so outrightly. Them people don't want Dildo. They want Dildo minister. No. Nothing escapable. They roll like that. Maybe the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker. Maybe the National Assembly, Priya Manik Chan. Maybe the National Assembly, Vindhya, Varshini Prasad. Maybe there. But nothing escapable. Them boys not having it. Don't bring the Deldo man. No, not at all. That being said, moving on with fight card, folks. Think there. Hampernation. This is why the fellow went to Esikibo. He landed meeting with rice farmers. He fast. He like some of y'all. He fast. He went to distribute hampers. Hampernation. Part of the Esikibo is flooded. The Palmeroon in particular is flooded, folks. And they went to share some hampers. Hampernation. Soon as you get a headache in this government, take half pint split peas and quarter punk salt. It's problem solved. Soon you get in trouble. You back your ass flood out. Oh, take a half pint rice and 3 punk garlic. Well, I can't even give garlic out because that's another story. That is another story. So the people went to give out hamper. He meet with rice farmers. He fast. Them people said, don't bring Minister Dildo. We having him. We enabling with that. Don't bring Minister Dildo. This is why he went to the Palmeroon, to the Esikibo, to share out the hampers. Soon the trigger there, you foot. Them guys got some sentiment. A hamper is a hamper. A trigger on your foot. They said, take a little chunk, man, and some chunks. And call me next year on voting time. Yep, that's how it's going. Hamper Nation, folks. Hamper Nation. That being said, guys, That being said, moving on to the fight card. Ali said too busy. Ali said he's too busy for you, the rice farmers. You, the sugar workers at Blairmont. You, the rice farmers on the quarantine. You, the rice farmers. He said too busy for y'all. Y'all just criticizing how things brung and y'all need more money and y'all machine and working and the party y'all carry you taxi drivers in Barbies where you don't understand. I don't have no time for critics. That's what the fella said. Just today he said, I don't have no time for critics. I'm not having y'all. That's what he said. I'm too busy. I am much too busy to deal with y'all. That's just today. Take a listen, folks. Just today he's busy. The man busy.
Really spend much time. People ask me why you don't spend more time responding to some of these things. People cussing you all day. Why you don't respond to them? I don't have time. There is too much on the plate. There is too much positive things going on. Don't waste my time. Let us. This is not about me. If you feel I'm a fool, I'm a fool. But one thing I have clarity on, that this government has a vision that is clear and strategic in moving this country forward for all the people of Guyana.
Hold on, folks. Hold on. Did everyone just say, if y'all think I'm a fool, I'm a fool? Is that your question? Somebody who went to Ifront University. Did he just say, if you think I'm a fool, I'm a fool? Is that a trick question? Is that a trick question for us? Is that a trick question? Who's sharing the live stream? Who is smashing the emoji button? Folks, Evans, he don't have time with critics. He say too busy. He too busy. He's been asked on a number of occasions, why don't respond to critics? He say too busy. I am much too busy, people. Please and thank you. I have no time for the critics. He ain't got no time for the sugar workers. He ain't got no time at all for the rice farmers. He ain't got time for the taxi drivers. He too busy. Them buys the things tight. If he too busy to respond to them, he's too busy. Oh yes. He's too busy. He says he's much too busy. Oh, but there was this one time. There was just this one time at the Republic anniversary celebrations. He wasn't so busy then. There was just this one time.
What is the attitude required to be successful? Is it a complaining, negative one? Where does such an attitude take us? And what do we hope to achieve with such attitude? If, as one Guyana, we believe in the potential that exists, then we need to exhibit a positive attitude and a positive outlook. The chronic naysayers will find fault in everything we do.
Yep. So there was just that was just one time. He had time for the naysayers and the critics. He don't have time for them though. He don't have time for them. Otherwise than that, otherwise for that, he don't have no time for the critics and the naysayers. Oh, but there was this other time when he was in Belize and he called home to Uncle Gordon Mosley to complain about the critics and the naysayers. That's the one other time. But otherwise than that, he has no time for critics and no time for naysayers. Other than that, second other time. No other time.
Mr. President, I understand you wanted to respond to some concerns about the pace at which your government was moving, as referenced in a letter in today's newspapers.
Yes, Gordon. So I just want to make a few points. First of all, my government and the PPP civic government believes strongly that civil society has an important role to play in any democratic society.
But civil society, a role cannot be convenient, or the truth cannot be convenient. And we cannot confuse civil society with individual organizations. That is, organizations that are run by individuals or are not open to the wider membership of our country. These organizations cannot be the conscience of truth or the conscience of society when they're convenient in the way they address issues. Many of the organizations had nothing to say after the no confidence motion. They had nothing to say during the 5 months of impasse where our country integrity and credibility was damaged because of what took place. Today, we were elected based on an agenda. We were elected based on a manifesto. And we have a responsibility to implement that manifesto as effectively and comprehensively as we can. And that is the intentions of the government.
Yep. But he ain't got no time for critics. It's only that other time. It's just only that other time there. Then he had some time for the critics. Only that other time, folks. But he ain't got no other time for critics. He too busy. He ain't got no other time for the naysayers. The man busy. That's the life of hell. They said you're busy. You ain't got no time for critics and naysayers. Only that first time and then that other time. Oh, but hold on. There was this other time. When he just come back from Belize, he had little time for the critics and the naysayers.
The direction that the country is going. We all, this is not only about the president and the government. We want to build one Guyana. All of us must be clear on the vision. We must all understand the vision. Yes, I welcome criticism. Be critical, but do so constructively.
Only that other time. Only that other time. But otherwise than that, he's busy. The man is busy. No, I could see here from there with the big desk, phone ringing off the hook. Everybody got a concern. Taxi drivers there at quarantine. The cane farmers at Blairmont, Skeldon in walking, Elmore shut down. The rice farmers there on the Essequibo coast. The flood. All of that. I can see all of that taking up this man's time. The man, of course, is busy. And he ain't got no time for critics and for naysayers. No time at all. He is busy. All of these things preoccupying me. He's busy every day. He got international affairs and all. He's just busy. Too busy for the critics and so on. Too busy looking after the development of the country, of course. Right? Of course. Fair enough. Good luck to you, sir. Moving on. Picture of the day. The man just busy. Picture of the day. You know, you got a lot of things happening in this country, though. You got a lot of things. And I've articulated them. A lot of strikes. A lot of protest activity countrywide. The Warrows, you know, foraging through garbage and all of that. We coming to that. Right? The man busy. Ain't got no time. That being said, for today. Out to lunch today. Busy out to lunch today. The man was at OMG on Sheriff Street. Out to lunch. Busy eating. Busy eating. Spent about 5 hours eating lunch. He and his vice president. Oh. Such normal Joes. Oh, the rice farmers crying out. We ain't got enough for we farm. Them guys out eating steak and prawns. And they said they had some lobster. And they had some other fantastic things. The names you could only find in French magazines and so on. Them boys were out today, but they're busy. Too busy, sir. Too busy, man. I got lunch. I got a lunch appointment to meet. And of course, yeah, and I don't miss lunch. Right? I don't miss lunch. Man said too busy to talk with naysayers. I too busy. Man was at lunch today at OMG. He and the vice president. The people said they rent out the whole place for just the two of them alone. In OMG, that's the report we had. The people book out the whole place. It's what I have to talk like that. It's when people talking, so it says just the two of them alone. Could you imagine that? In the whole OMG, it's just them two. What are you talking, sir? What they tell the whole OMG, they said they rent out the whole place. Just Papa Jagabat. And this Jagabat, they rent out the whole place, just the two of them. So you got chaos all over the country, protests, you know, so many demands. Them by say, hey, yeah, try it now. We're going to have a fun time. A fun time, folks. A fun time. Them boys went out to lunch. You try with that. Y'all try. They said, I'm too busy for y'all. Critics and naysayers. Let me go to lunch, boy. 5 on them. 500. Moving on, folks. Moving on. This is what is happening, folks, in Region 1. I just told you about this. The Warrows who traveled from all the way from Venezuela, trying to find refuge in this country. Well, they find refuge for truth. Right? Refuse and refuge. This is the Warrow people in Mabaruma, Region 1, foraging in a garbage site for food. Folks, we're so wealthy, probably the wealthiest country in this hemisphere. Oh, at least we could be a little bit hospitable to these people. People foraging in garbage looking for food? That's what we do now? No, I don't think so. I refuse to believe this is where we are. I refuse to believe it. You see when them boys eating big out by OMG, look what happened in here, in my own country. By we side here, bread gone up, things gone up, but them boys out eating nice and big on taxpayers' money, man. Laughing up and so on. Some of them same stuff with OMG going home and they even know what's the breakfast tomorrow. Look what in our own country, them boys out eating big, and this is happening in other parts of the country. This is the resource curse you talk about. So much mineral wealth and so forth. And everything stunted, nothing are moving. Oh my God, we got jar in this country. Something gotta give. Something gotta give. That was Region 1 is all over this country's problems, you know. All over this place. It's problems. Moving on to fight card, folks. Spotted. Who we spot? These Warrow people. Right? They told us, people lying on them. PPP supporters lying on them that they're creating confusion in the country, but it says not so. Right? They say it's not so. They're peace-loving people. And those are the folks we spot today. Spotted. Folks, these people in a terrible spot. These people in a terrible spot. Oh, we may not be able to buy OMG food for everybody, but clearly we could pass little hampers this side. We are more hospitable people than this. Right? So the people were escorted. They were promptly escorted from where they were. Right? That's the information we have at this time. Promptly escorted because some PPP jagabat and transcrapo believe that they're getting too much. Yep, that's the information we have. That is the information we have with us, that these Venezuelan refugees were mainly from the Warrow tribes, and they canoed their way all the way from Region 1, right, to Kubakukari, right, in Region 2. Yep, it's a far away, right, a far away, just looking for peace and solace, looking for peace and solace and little things to eat. This is what's happening, folks. Right? Share the live stream, smash that emoji button so all the people can get valid and credible information. We got to treat people better, man. Right? We got to treat people better than this. Come on, folks. Come on. Be more hospitable than this. Right? When them boys is out big, left all the country problems to fester on their own. Things tight, folks. We better than this. We are much better than this. Moving on in fight card, folks. I just said it. Things tight. Right? Could you imagine garlic gone up? They say garlic is now 600 a pound. Well, I stop with garlic too. Garlic. Yeah. Garlic and milk are in the same price. 600 a pound is now you got to weigh in. Garlic today or milk? Garlic or milk on the PPP? Garlic or milk? That's what we did. Them boys eating all the garlic and milk and out in public on taxpayers' money, while you and I make everything garlic today or milk. That's where we're running to. That is where we are. Moving on in fight card, folks. Moving on. While them guys out sporting up big. Right? We hear the people at Len Mine. Sorry, not at Len, at Len rather. At Len there. They have not been paid for months. And some of them walk off the job just today. They said for months, the people at Len. The Linden Enterprise Network. They said for months they're working and they're not being paid. How people can survive like that? How people can survive like that is all parts of this country. It's chaos and confusion under these jagabats and trench crappos. Moving on to fight care, folks. Even we told you guys last evening, the Ghana People's Militia, these guys serve our country as our first line of defense with our territorial sovereignty and those kinds of issues. They were even on the forefront with fighting COVID-19, right? On the forefront. Even those guys have not been paid for months. This is a government, or it's a bottom house shop we got. It's a government. Y'all could go out big eating, fancy restaurant. That's all fair and well if you can afford it. But you're responsible for public servants in this country who going hungry, without food, without salary. And to show y'all care, y'all guys eating out big. Fantastic. If y'all think that's nice, go down the road. Go down the road. That being said, folks, we hear a lot of jiggery pokery. A lot of jiggery pokery happening at the birth certificate office. A lot of jiggery pokery happening at the GRO office. Right? One person told us, guys, a lot of things happening there. Listen to this. Real crazy stuff. Really, real jiggery pokery. Real jiggery pokery. This person who contacted us say, I observed some people trying to access birth certificates quite recently without any documentation. They had nothing for sure. They burn, they live in this guy. He needs a who to be. But they're applying for birth certificate. The person said that when asked certain questions as to why only now they're trying to get their birth certificates, they were told that their parents never registered them, never went to school, and didn't know even their parents. Interesting. The person said they quizzed them forward. Persons were asked, for instance, right, did you ever vote? They responded, always. We always vote. Do you have ID cards? Yes. And the person said they wondered, right? And they asked them, how come you got ID card and voted, but you don't have a birth certificate? They found that very odd. You got ID card and voted and never get birth certificate. Right? The many persons who this individual spoke with said somebody helped them out. Somebody helped them to get the ID card. Right? But now they were trying to get their birth certificate. Right? And they were told by this individual that you really can't get your birth certificate without having, you really can't get an ID card, rather, without having a birth certificate. And the person said they were confused. Right? But instead, apparently, when they went to get their birth certificate, they were given documentation to take to a JP so that they can get late registration. My. Big things are going on, people. Big things are going on. That's our time. That's our program. Good to have each and every one of you here tonight, folks. That's our time. And that's our program. That's our time. That's the program's. Apologies for the setbacks we had with Facebook. It wasn't we. We were fired up, guys. We're ready to go to Facebook. Try with me. Mark. Don't make me come after you now, Mark. Don't make me come after you. I'm begging you. I don't want to fight with you. Mark Zuckerberg, that is. I don't want to have to fight you, but I'd never fight Nikki Innes, Onessa Wardine, Michelle A. Jones, Stephen Monroe, Sheila Boychild, Roxanne Odessa Jacobs, and all you other fantastic folks. Folks, thousands of you are still watching us. Why don't you share the live stream for us? Smash that emoji button, folks. Folks. And we don't want money for go to eat steak. Huh? We want money to go to a fancy place. We just want to keep what we have going. And so we encourage you guys to come on board and partner with us and help us to keep going from strength to strength. Help us to keep doing more and more of what we do, folks. It takes something out of us to get all this done. We do it because we're so passionate about getting information to you guys. To you guys. Several platforms available. As you know, we got Zelle, we got PayPal, we got MoneyGram, Western Union, we got MMG, and we even got Cash App. You want to know how you can come on board and partner with us, guys? You want to know? You want to send a WhatsApp message to 627-6963, 627-6963, and we're going to be certain to tell you how you can come on board and partner with us. Help us to meet our responsibilities to keep this program and these programs we have going, guys. Let's keep it going. Good to see each and every one of you. Thanks for joining in the ring this evening, folks. Share the program. Smash the emoji button before you go. Good to see you, Michelle Jones and Stephen Monroe. Good to see you, Nikki Innes. Good to see you, Roxanne Odessa. Good to see each and every one of you. Vanessa De Silva is here as well. Chison Henry is here. Diane Yearwood is here. Good to see you. I see Jem Van Veel is here as well. And Leslyn Alves. Jane is here. Jaden. It's Michelle Solomon is here as well. Folks, share the live stream as you go. Smash that emoji button on your way out as well, guys. Linda Joseph, good to see you. Janet Edwards, good to see you. Janet Edwards, good to see you. Yolanda and Marcia Agard. Tracy Martin, good to see you as well. Great to see each and every one of you beautiful, fantastic folks. Sandra Broderson, Humblebee, we see you there. Tessina, Stanton, we see you. Paul Henry, Angela McDonald, we see you. Good to have each and every one of you here. Smash the emoji button, share the live stream. That's how it's going to go down, folks. That's our time this evening. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe.